So this next song is called Dylan Thomas, but it's not about the poet, Dylan Thomas, but rather it's about an occurrence that happened to me. So about a year and a half ago, I was on tour in North Carolina, and it had been a long tour, to be totally honest, and I was a little bit tired, like I hadn't been getting good sleep at the various hotels, and I hadn't had time to get like a warm meal in a while, and I hadn't gotten any exercise. The drives were long, so my back hurt. This is just to preface that I was a little grumpy. I was a little grumpy at this point in the tour. You know, I just hadn't gotten my needs met. I'm human and all that. But in order to just get in my steps, I just cut through like the middle of town before sound check to get a little bit of exercise, and I just cut straight through a cemetery. And I was like, oh, I was kind of fuming, mildly. But, and at that point I was trying to get exercise, but I saw this little gravestone out of the corner of my eye, and it said Dylan Thomas. And I was like, what? Dylan Thomas? What are the chances that Dylan Thomas, the poet, is buried in a North Carolina suburban cemetery? 0, and he's not. But it interested me, so I walked up to this gravestone and I checked it out, and I could see, even approaching it, that there were toys around the base of the gravestone, which is never a good sign. And then I saw the full inscription, which was Dylan Thomas Norris, and the dates were 1996 to 1998. So little Dylan Thomas didn't get to be around for very long at all. And it made me, not only did it make me really sad, it also made me feel like a sense of, oh my God, who am I to have anything but gratitude? So I tried to hang on to that sentiment and, in a way, like, talk to him in this song. It's called Dylan Thomas. Well, I never knew your story, but I stand before your grave. I have been stumbling, bewildered in a daze. The pages of my youth that I so carelessly cut loose, if I'd held them harder, they would still have cut away. There's a page for every day containing watermelon seeds, a page for dressing up and jumping off the roof. I'll fold them well enough to float in shapes of little paper boats, and I'll let them go and I will send them off to you. In my recurring dream I'm in a play and I don't seem to know my lines, and I can never find the script. But when my curtain call comes, I want to know I was someone who found a way to just let go of all that shit. Well, I never knew your story, but I stand before your grave. It feels abandoned, like the halls you never walked. I was cocky, I was scared, a little awkward, but I was there, and I'll be damned if I let go of that thought. You never did lose money on a tour of Illinois. You'd have been grateful for the traffic and the rain. You never got to get your heart crushed in a blender by a boy when you got home again, so who am I to complain? In my recurring dream I'm in a play and I don't seem to know my lines, and I can never find the script. But when my curtain call comes, I want to know I was someone who found a way to just let go of all that shit. I suppose your parents were poets since they named you Dylan Thomas, but you never got to rage against the dying of the light. So I will ride with your ghosts and all those poets who died young. No, I am no unlucky one. I know now what I owe, and I shall speak it in your name, is to drink freely from that well, and not dwell one more day in the walls of shame. In the pages of my youth I will no longer grieve. I'll send them off to you, my friend, with watermelon seeds. In my recurring dream I'm in a play and I don't seem to know my lines, so I'll just make them up. And when my curtain call comes, you best believe I was someone who found a way to let in all of that love. In my recurring dream I'm in a play and I don't seem to know my lines, so I'll just make them up. And when when my curtain call comes, you best believe I was someone who found a way to let in all of that love. Way to let in all of that love, all of that love. Thank you very much.